Oh no, baby. Shoot him dead, baby. Shoot him dead. Yo, bro, what's going on? Oh my lord. What is that smell? So you've been sitting in here that whole time playing video games? Baby, I can't help it, baby. I can't help it. I thought you were looking for a job. What happened to the money that I gave you? See? I bought this. I mean, it is dope. Let me see that. Here. Yeah, this is kind of lit. Got bullets on it. This is dope. But you ain't supposed to be having nothing like this. I know, baby. I'm sorry. I apologize. I'm so sorry, baby. I apologize. You ain't even got nowhere to stay. You been sleeping in my room, playing my video games. Now you buying dope ass controllers with my money? Huh? Come on, man. And why your lips so dry? You got a whole glass of water right there. I know, baby. This is how my lips normally look. What it is, my people, it's the Kid Sincere, your resident Gold Chain Gamer. And if you know me, you know that I am a sucker for a good controller. I love colorful controllers, elite pro controllers. I collect controllers, especially this gen. For some reason, I just been attracted to all the controllers that's been coming out. So when I went to PAX South, it felt like controller heaven. There were so many companies there with so many controllers, but the one that stood out to me, the Kid Sin, was AIM controllers. So when I went to their booth, this is what was said to me about the AIM controller Volume 3.
At the AIM controller booth, I just bought an AIM controller. I think these controllers are awesome. I've been looking at them for a while, but I want Lisa to explain to me why these controllers are worth your time.
Okay, hi guys, so it's Elisa from AIM Controllers. So we have, no one wants to play with the boring black controller. That's why we customize them. We add many features such as smart triggers, removable paddles, very easy, no tool necessary. Just pop this out and play with 2 or 4. Then we have interchangeable sticks, which are really cool. They wear out after time, but you can send us an email, we'll send you replacements. Cool feature also, it comes with the lifetime replacement warranty. For the first 90 days, you're covered completely, shipping, parts, and labor. After 90 days, you ship it, we fix it. So, check this out, aimcontrols.com.
I'm sold on it. Thank you, Lisa, we appreciate it.
Thank you so much.
And they're located in Connecticut, so if you're in the East Coast, it's close to you.
Definitely, yes. Pennsylvania, 1-day shipping time.
Right. Thanks, Lisa.
All right, thank you. Thank you.
Well, that was all I needed because I grabbed one of them bad boys. The AIM Controller V3, Volume 3, Version 3. This controller is badass. I've been playing with it for about 30 days, and I would have to say, so far, this might be my favorite controller outside of the Xbox One Elite. Yes, that means better than the DualShock 4 and better than the Scuff Vantage. And everybody knows I like the offset joysticks, but it feels so good in your hands that it's hard to resist playing with it. So I'm gonna give my pros and cons of the AIM Controller V3. There's very little cons, there's a lot to like here, but there are some things that I didn't like. So I'm gonna get into the nitty gritty and I'm gonna break it down into 2 parts, design and functionality. So let's start off with the design. So you have the AIM controller and the DualShock 4 sharing the same form factor. I wanna say that what AIM controller is doing is taking DualShock 4s and modding them, which is not a problem at all. In fact, I think that's a lot better than coming up with your own design because it feels familiar. It feels like something you've played before, but with a new twist. This controller has a lot of heft to it. Compared to the DualShock 4, the DualShock 4 feels like a feather compared to this. This feels like a man's controller. No disrespect to the woman, but this is a hefty controller in your hands, especially playing for extended periods of time because the shell of the controller is like a rubberized grip. It has like these raindrops on it. It doesn't feel like it'll slip out your hand at any time. Like, I played for like 3 hours straight one day, and man, I forgot I had a controller in my hand, to be truthfully honest with you. This controller is built well. I don't know what they did, but the shell is kind of separated right here. It was like that when I first got it, but for the most part, after, I want to say, man, I had to put in over 150 hours with this controller. Feels just fine. Doesn't feel like it's going to split, break, or anything. I think that's just a product with changing the shell, that they couldn't get it to fit exactly, but it's on there. It doesn't feel like anything's, you know, going to pop off or anything like that. So I think these controllers are built well. They did a great job. Even the paddles on the back, you can remove the paddles. So if you don't want to play with these, you can take these off and it still feels good in your hands. Like, even the paddles, where they're positioned, feels good. I can hit each paddle without any problem, as opposed to the scuff controller where the paddles on the back, they're in weird places, especially these two ones in the middle. So it's hard to get your finger over when you have 2 fingers on the trigger and you're using these fingers back here to hit these paddles. Where this one, breeze, such a breeze. It's so easy. They made it great. The build is a thumbs up for me. I love the way this controller is built. Now, functionality. And this is a thing I have for most of the custom controllers. There's no app for you to change the dead zones and the joysticks or anything like that. You kind of have to go with how they're built. You know, you can adjust on their website. In fact, their website is dope because you can customize anything. You can change everything on the controller. Me, I got a pre-built one, but I got it with all the bells and whistles. So I have smart bumpers and smart triggers. The triggers feel like mouse clicks. I love this. This is the greatest creation of all time. Smart triggers, especially when you're playing shooters. So you're not pulling all the way down on the trigger. It's just like clicking a mouse. And everybody knows playing with a mouse and keyboard is where it's at for shooters. So this feels like a mouse click. Now the buttons on the front, I don't know, some of them feel squishy, and that's where my con comes in, the D-pad. The D-pad feels a little squishy because the buttons aren't separated. I don't know if that's an option on their website. I'm gonna say I think it is, where you can separate each button, but this one is one button for the D-pad and it feels a little squishy. But other than that, it's fine. Like I said, you can remove the joysticks. You can put different heights on there. I chose the Xbox One with the rubberized center because, I don't know, I just kind of always liked their joysticks. So that's what I picked to go with it. So along with the paddles on the back, which like I said before are removable, the functionality is great. You can even assign buttons to your paddles on the fly. All you have to do is hold down the trackpad, choose the button that you want, then choose the paddle, and then tap the trackpad again and it's assigned. So you can do that in the middle of a game. So I do think that that's awesome. That's why I said I don't really have too much bad to say about this controller. Now, the sticks feel tight. I don't know if that's supposed to be that way. They don't feel that much tighter than the regular DualShock, but they do feel tighter than normal. They do. They do have some pullback, which is not bad at all. It's actually better for aiming than the DualShock 4. Like, it's so much better. In fact, it's better for aiming than the Scuff. The Scuff feels way looser than the aim controller. Yeah, it feels a lot looser. Now, a con to that is there's no ring to protect your joystick. You can see, I don't know if you can see it, let me zoom in. You can see that white on the controller. That white right there is from extended usage of it going around in a circle. Now, it would have been nice for them to include some kind of, ring, kind of like how the Scuff has, to protect that, so it can add to the longevity of the controller. So, one, it looks a little bad, looks a little ashy, just visibly. But, so it doesn't, break, or I don't know, it just feels like I'm harming the controller by playing, regularly with it. So maybe in the future, AIM, you can add a ring around here to protect the joystick. but for now, I guess it would do. So really, that's all the cons I have about this controller. Even the battery life, you would think that this would draw from the battery, the paddles, or the programming. It doesn't. It has the same battery life as a normal DualShock 4. So this controller cost me $178. Yeah, that's expensive. I know. All of these custom controllers are gonna cost you. Now I'm pretty sure that I'm paying for the extra buttons. You know, I did buy multiple joysticks. I did get a case for it. Shout out to them for throwing some things in for the kid for free. I appreciate it. They were cool people at the booth. Yeah, they were just so cool to me. You know, they agreed to get on camera and talk to me. So I recommend the AIM controller. The AIM controller is probably one of the better controllers out there in the market. There are a couple of other custom controller companies, but I really like what AIM is doing because this is geared towards first-person shooters, and I am a first-person shooter fanatic. So I think this controller is worth the money if you're going to play a lot of first-person shooters. Maybe even if you play some RPGs that have shooter elements in it, I still think you'll get your money's worth out of that controller. And it's just very, very precise. You'll just be getting headshots left and right because the preciseness of the joysticks, the smart triggers, the paddles on the back, everything leads to success when you're playing first-person shooters. Now, if you're bumming it, you're bumming it. I can't help you there. But all the tools is here on the AIM controller V3. Everything is there for you. So I recommend this controller. If you have any questions for me about the AIM controller V3, leave a comment. Let me know what you think. If you like this video, hit the like button. If you think a friend would like this video, hit the share button. And if you like all of this, subscribe to the channel for more content. Check me out on Twitter at sincere_GCG and on Facebook and Instagram at GoldChainGamers. In the meantime, between time, I know it's costly to get these controllers, so I don't expect everyone to go out and buy every controller that I review, but I appreciate everybody stopping through to check out the reviews, and I hope that you got something from it if you're going out to spend $180 on a controller. I appreciate y'all. Remember, it's more than a game. It's a lifestyle, y'all. Peace. Wait, you still here? Well, since you're here, subscribe to the channel or check out my last video. Either way, thanks for watching and cheers, I guess. Now, how do I take over the world? Step 1.